The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered 12. I covered.
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Welcome into a Wednesday episode of the Bostonian versus the book, everybody. He is Dave Sharapan. I am Matt Perrault, and we are live in a very hot Las Vegas. It is a 90-degree temperature day. I know you guys in New England just got snow. I'm sorry. We're not having that, but I'm going to be in your hell in about 12 hours. So I'll be there with you guys suffering through the winter that simply will not end. We are live on our YouTube channel like we always are at Boston versus the book, and the same on Twitter, X at Boston versus the book. Sports Grid's got the replay for television and Sirius XM channel 159. You late night owls, we love you guys on the YouTube too, by the way. We like you guys watching on the replay as well. Yes. Are you wearing the Vegas stuff because it's baseball season or it's hot as hell here, Dave?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, it was that first time walking outside in months where you went, oh, it's hot today. Like there's that they turned off the AC, back to that swamp cooler feeling where you get swamp ass everywhere you go. It's going to be hot. Sorry, CBW first in the chat today. I shoveled 2 inches of snow this morning in upstate New York. We fight for that inch on this show, boys, and we know that. So good luck. You're going to get a wake-up call when you land. That'll be good because you got a nice day today to just walk outside. We had a little pre-show meeting this morning over at the Joint, your place, and that was good. Birds are out chirping all over the place. It's officially the start of baseball season tomorrow. Springtime is here.
Yeah, although that's called summer in Vegas. We don't really have a spring.
A week.
It just goes like
a week.
60 to 90. Like we don't really have that like warm up. It gets going pretty good, but it's, for those people who are in the southern part of the country, opening day is tomorrow. So you got to get the weather to be nice, and you want these, you want the hotter temperatures to be rolling through the Southwest, and Arizona's a dome, I guess, but LA is not. San Diego's not. Out here for AAA when they get going in a couple of weeks after opening day, like 2 weeks after opening day, they get going for AAA. So you need the weather to be warm-ish, but this is hot. Like we're hot, but we're not done with the winter just yet because, guys, remember tomorrow at 4:00, the BvB Survivor Pool closes. It is still available right now at splashsports.com/BvB. If you guys want to be a part of this, you got to get involved with it today or tomorrow, or it's done. Because once the games tip off, this will no longer be a possibility. So splashsports.com/BvB to enter. $50 entry, winner take all. If there's only one winner, we'll split it up if it's more than one winner. But that tomorrow, Dave, wraps up for us.
Yeah. So I didn't check it. We can't do it here. I was considering driving to Arizona tonight just to register to get in there, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know. Busy night tonight, so we'll see. But if you haven't, wherever you're at, hit the like button, first of all, today. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because if you win this thing and you're subscribed, you will get a custom BvB hat that we can do things like this with. P-Rolt's wearing his Creighton one. This is the red and blue model, and even had Corbin put this logo on the side, this Boston on the side on that. So, different things available, and you can text the text line, which is 702-570-8255 is the text number.
Haven't done that in a while.
I know, right? Yeah. What you haven't done in a while either during a regular live show is you haven't done it.
Why?
Because you got to wake them up early. We got to get them at the top of the show.
They're going to get mad.
No, they're not. No one gets mad.
was louder yesterday.
Yeah, well, that was mine. I won last year. Where's mine? Just got a tax form for
Butchie
it.
really doesn't like it. Butchie gets mad.
This. Yeah, well, he's got them things in his ears. He's listening to the show. Deuces, Butchie. I'm glad you're here watching and listening from parts unknown. William Garton. Will, I won last year. Where's mine? Just got a tax form for it.
Hat he means. Where's his hat?
Yeah, well, Will's getting 2 hats. I think maybe Will might be getting 3 because he got 2 little Wills that got to have a lid for the kids. Kids love the lids. So, yeah, you are awake. You are awake, Sonic. You've got to be awake after that. Santana at the top, minus 500 for the Dodgers to win the NL West while applying for new jobs and listening to the BvB, watching the BvB. Appreciate that. Also want to shout out at the top real quick, brother Dan. His birthday was yesterday, March 25th.
Wow.
I don't know if he's watching it right now, but he ducked me yesterday. I left him a voicemail, sent him a video for his birthday. He's very busy. He didn't call me back yet. So I said, I'm going to get you on the show then. You old man, you're younger than me, but your body's breaking down faster than me. No, he looks good now. Okay. That's fine. He was my catcher. I got him a lot of times with that 58-foot curveball. It's hard being a catcher. It's tough work.
It's Wednesday morning. Stop. Okay, we're not going down.
I didn't say nothing.
We're not going down this road already.
You're a pitcher or a catcher. You're a battery. You're talking about baseball. You either pitch or you catch. You really don't do both. You're one or the other. You don't.
I wouldn't know.
I'm just saying. Keep it together. My. I know your vacation starts tomorrow, but we're still going to do
vacation.
Thursday and
That's
Friday.
the thing. It's no vacation. It's
a vacation.
Tomorrow's work.
Tomorrow's hanging out with the chick and going for walks in the park and all that other stuff.
Yes, all that. Yeah. It's our birthday. So I don't know if TJ's in the chat or not, but like a year ago, this was the week because my birthday is on the 4th. Hers is on the 9th. Yeah. So we went to Chicago, which was like the unofficial start of our relationship. We went to Chicago. So like. It's funny that like I'm going back. It's going to be cold. It was freezing in Chicago. I'm not doing a boat tour. We're not doing that. So no boat tours this weekend, but it is going to be a cold. It's a nice reminder of, oh yeah, that's right. It's March. It's not, here it's 90, but everywhere else it's, 35 and 45 degrees, but
be like Gilligan's Island, a 3-hour tour. You go on another boat tour. Boston
no, thank
boat
you.
Tour?
No, thank you. No,
have Ross Randall pick you up. He'll take you out in a boat. Go fish.
So bad. In the winter, it's so bad. To be on the ocean, on the Atlantic in the wintertime is the worst. You're wet, you're cold, it's brutal. Like the wind's whipping. I mean, those guys who do the fisherman stuff, the guys who do the lobster boat year round, and the guys that go out and do the shrimp and everything else in the water, you guys are, oh my. You're tough SOBs, man. I don't.
You were talking about it being wet and cold. I don't know what you were talking about. You were talking about the ocean. The ocean.
Yeah. Ocean. Yeah. It was something else to be warm and wet. We're not doing that. It's the other thing. This is wet and cold we're talking about.
Correct.
On this. All right. Let's get to. We got a bunch of things to talk about today. So last night, Jimmy Butler goes back to Miami, and they played an emotional video for Jimmy Butler, and he said after the game that no, it wasn't that emotional.
Right.
I really like Jimmy Butler. The Heat got killed. They sat Steph. Sorry, the Warriors got killed. They sat Steph. He gets a pretty easy walk in the park win. But, did you ever get emotional going back to old places in athletics like teams used to play with or teams used to play for?
I'm kind of a wuss about that stuff. I still have soft spots for different places and different things. And yes, I think of different things. But I knew that was a business trip. That had the makings of just bad. Every person in the world was on the Butler.
Yeah.
And, the Butler didn't do it. Not yesterday. All the props on there. I mean, is what it is. I don't think Jimmy's the type of guy you would think. It's just business. For a lot of these guys, it's just business. And
well, he did say before the game, though, that he had nothing to say to them, but he had nothing to say to the Heat except that Pat Riley better have nothing to say to him. Like he made it pretty clear, like Pat Riley better stay away from me.
Yeah.
So it was all, pretty much like he felt good about Miami, good about the fans and the players, except he really does hate Pat Riley. Like it's pretty. So I started watching the Max HBO Celtics City doc last night?
Yeah, how was it?
Oh my God. It is
good?
Celtics porn. It is so good.
Yeah.
I only watched the first episode, so it was going back to all of the beginning of the era, beginning of the dynasty for the Celtics and their championships. But it is hysterical to watch, like, both, Pat Riley and Jerry West and all of these Lakers just say F the Celtics, like, left and right. I love the fact that there is still a real hatred between the Lakers and the Celtics dating back 60, 70 years. Like, it is. And they played some of the moments, like, in the beginning. Jerry West reliving the 1962 Game 7 shot that would have won the series for the Lakers. A guy was a 65% shooter from the field, and he bricked a 5-foot jumper. The game goes to overtime, and Bill Russell wins their fourth and fifth year for championships, beating the Lakers in the finals. And Jerry West, he's gone now, but at the time he's being taped, he's still pissed off about that loss for the Lakers against the Celtics. It's tremendous. It's just,
think about it at the time back then. I mean, it was everything, right? There wasn't nearly as many distractions and things in life. And I mean, we didn't have a basketball team in Pittsburgh, but Celtics Lakers was real there. Like, I played basketball up through my sophomore year of high school. So the hoop, you just knew you were one or the other. And that they used to get mad at me because I had those Converse high tops. I had the Birds and I had the Magics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Those
Bird
ones.
and Magic both had Converse shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Because Madeline now is obsessed with Converse.
Oh, it's
funny because this is kind of a weird train here, but my stepfather's friend, his wife, is the executive assistant for the head of Converse in Boston. So, like, whenever there's a need, so Madeline was looking for a very specific Converse that we couldn't find here in Vegas. And so we sent her on the message, and it showed up 3 days later on the front step.
That's tremendous.
Right to the house. She was like, "What? It's already here." I was like, "Yeah, we already got it for you." So I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a Bird and a Magic, but they're very much back in with the kids. It's 1992 all over again.
No, we're living it all over. Yeah,
it's all 92 all over again.
Right. The Converse weapons rap ad is an all-time classic. Joe C. Myers. You're absolutely right. They were everything back then. And the Lakers and the Celtics were the NBA. I mean, when that, for us, in the mid-'80s, late 80s, it was that. I mean, think about it. It goes, like you said, back to the 60s. So Wetzel said it to me yesterday.
How did they actually play in Converse? It's a great point. I showed Maddie because there was a scene in which Bill Russell was putting on his black Converse sneakers.
Yeah.
And so I said, Madeline, come here. I said, look, they're wearing the same shoes you're wearing. And she goes, they played basketball in those shoes?
Yeah.
It's like those were considered to be like the actual good, high quality basketball shoes
Multiple
to go out there.
Pairs of socks.
Oh.
And they had feet that were just that, they were worn. Like they were able to do it because their feet were tough and their ankles and everything else. I mean, it's incredible. But did anyone else in the chat have those Converse weapons? I see Josie Myers said he had some Bird Converse weapons. I had them all. We had a guy at Converse. It's good to know you got somebody at Converse. I'd take a pair of the weapons right now.
If you need Converse, we got you. Yeah. My family's got you. Madeline's going to be sending emails like once a month. It's going to be like, she's got 3 pairs now. So she's like, I want more. Right. I mean, it's crazy because if you go to the Converse outlet in the South outlets, we're waiting for the hat to get done.
Yep.
So we went down.
Yep.
They had Converse for $25.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're dirt cheap. I was like, Madeline, whatever you want. Like, how many pairs do you want? Like,
I know.
I bought her a pair of Jordans 2 years ago that were 140.
Yeah.
Like, this is $25 for a pair of sneakers that you
4
want.
pair of shoes.
Go crazy. How many do you want?
You can get 4, which is good right now for this age that they're at with the feet growing.
Yep.
Because,
she can't grow much bigger than, she has an 8.5. She's 11, about to turn 11 years old.
Yeah, that's enough. Like you don't need a 10. Yeah, 10 is too
Holy
much.
Crap.
Yeah.
She's about to turn 11. I mean, my feet are, I'm 6 feet and I've worn 12 and a half my whole life, basically. I I was awkward. I have big hands, big feet. So it's just sort of like I was 5'6" with like really awkward hands and feet. So I feel bad for Madeline. I'm like, I'm sorry. That's kind of like, you know, you'll grow into this, but I don't know how tall you're going to wind up being. She's 5'1" right now.
Right.
And she's 11 or not even 11. She'll turn 11 in July. So like no more shoes, please. Like, come on. Rip through stuff.
Well, Wetzel told me yesterday to watch that. He watched the first couple episodes.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah.
Bill Russell had a 40 rebound game. Yeah. Like he had in the finals, he had a 40 rebound game. It's like, wait, what did he do? And I didn't know, like Bob Cousy growing up in New England, Bob Cousy and Tommy Heinsohn were ex-Celtics players, but they were the broadcast team.
Right.
Like they weren't just the guys who had played the game or had part of they were the broadcast team. And to see Tommy Heinsohn as a young man with the Celtics, or to know that Bob Cousy was essentially Bob Hope. I didn't know that. I knew he was a New England kid. I knew he played at Holy Cross. I didn't realize how big of a cultural icon he was in the city of Boston before watching that last night. Like I knew Cousy. Okay. I knew Cousy had a huge influence, and I knew he was an unbelievable player and everything else he did, you know, all the Johnny Most calls and everything else. I didn't know that like he was the playboy. He was on centerfolds. Like they flew him all over the world to do layout shoots for magazines. I didn't know that. It was like, that was unique to see that going like, and he's still alive. Like Bob Cousy is still kicking around, right? I think he was in the video. I mean, in the movie, he was still alive. He's like 95 years old and he's still sitting there talking.
He's in his 90s, I think.
It was incredible to see. And then like when Wilt played against Bill and Wilt 7-1 and Bill is like, he's like, I'm 6'9" and 3/4. You know, I'm not really 6'10". It's like, wait, what? You're only 6'10" and you did what you did in the game defensively, revolutionized the game of basketball.
Yeah.
It's so even, I mean, it's Celtics must, but if you're a basketball fan, I can't wait to get through the rest of it. I'm going to watch it on the plane coming up here this afternoon.
Right.
So good. It's just so damn good to see. Literally, Bill Simmons was born to do that. Like he was put on this earth to do that.
Oh, to do that series.
Yeah.
Okay.
To do the doc. Like he literally, this is up his alley and it's really, really well done. And it points out some really cool things. I mean, societal conversations, you know, historic conversations. Bill Russell famously said, I don't play for Boston. I play for the Celtics. So like not loving the city, not loving the environment, but loving the fact that it was blacks and whites playing basketball together and no one bat an eye.
Yep.
There's a cool scene in it that when you watch it, Russell would do a test to a white reporter where he would order a drink and take a drink and go, wow, that's really good. Try it. And he would slide the glass across to the reporter.
Yeah.
To see if you drink out of the same glass as him. And if you did, you were good.
Right.
If you didn't, he was done with you.
Right.
Wanted nothing to do with it. So I'm being a big Boston hater right now. What are you saying, Recon? What are you ripping on? Bill Russell played, well, Wilt was 7'1". He played in the same era as Wilt Chamberlain, and Wilt was taller than he was. So, I mean, that's not really true on your part. So he was amazing. Bill Russell was, I mean, to watch just watching the videos of like the 1950s and the NCAA tournament where he played for San Francisco, they won like 40 consecutive games.
Yeah.
With San Francisco when he played there. He was unbelievable. He would have played now. Like watching his ability now, he could have played now. He wouldn't be the same type of player. Wouldn't be a back to the basket center. He'd be a shooting guard at 6'9".
It's crazy because kids are watching a show right now and they're like, who's Bill Russell? They don't even know who Bill Russell was.
That's true.
It's incredible to think about. It's ironic that LeBron was on Pat today and it's been nonstop put out there and everybody's talking about it because
props to Pat and for LeBron an hour
for doing
pretty cool.
Yeah. But he was talking about how Giannis would have had 250 points back then. And it's a weird comparison.
Wrong statement.
Like
this is my problem with LeBron James, and I understand why people get angry at this. So when LeBron says that, the reason why LeBron says that about Giannis is because he wants to say it about himself. And he can't say it about himself because by saying it about himself makes him look stuck on himself and conceited and, self-absorbed. So he'll say, okay, Giannis would score 250 points if he played in the 70s, whether it's true or not. Because to be quite honest, if LeBron played in the 80s, LeBron wouldn't have teeth. he would have gotten destroyed by driving the way that he goes into the lane. There would have been fights every game. So like you watch the way the game was refereed and the game was played in the 70s and the 80s. And I always have a hard time with this because athletically he's right. Giannis at 7 feet tall with the handle that he has is incredible, but they would have taken him out in the 80s. He would have been hurt all the time in the 80s, playing the way they play now, where they just put their head down and go to the basket. There's guys like Kurt Rambis would have ended your career if you had done that in the 80s.
It was a different game. Everything was different. Now there's a lot of
Lambier. Good point, CBW. Lambier or Rick Mahorn. Yes, agreed. And that's why people get very angry about the NBA today, because when you start making those comparisons about how good the players are today, those of us who grew up watching the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, not the 60s and 70s for me, but the 80s for me, that was my prime basketball. You watch the bad boys. I'm the Jordan Bulls era, right? I mean, I was in high school throughout all of that and watching the way that they played. I was alive for the fights when Larry Bird would get into fights with Bill Lambier and watching the clothesline that would happen when Kevin McHale would go into the lane and watching how he'd get hit, or how Robert Parrish would get elbowed in the face, or how they take down Kareem. Like the game, there were fights in the stands with players in the 80s. Like we forget that pretty quickly about what the game looked like in the 80s. It was a much different sport and a much different league than it is now.
Yeah, totally. It's really hard to compare the two. You just sometimes, things get said now about back then, and the guys that played back then say things about the guys now, and it's like, what are we doing? I don't know. It seemed like back then was still whatever it is, because it's different now. I don't know. It's basketball, but it's just different. It's a much more
a business more
game. And
the league didn't know if it's going to exist. Like one of the fun things about watching that doc on the Celtics is it talks a lot about the league and how so many leagues, there were 17 teams and 6 teams folded, went to 11. Like it was the NBA was hanging on, and then it made it through the 70s. It was hoping to kind of catapult, and Larry and Magic made the league. Without Larry and Magic, without them going from Indiana State and Michigan State into the NBA, into the Celtics and the Lakers to spark that rivalry, East Coast, West Coast, conservative Boston white guy to Showtime Lakers, Laker girls, and everything else that went on, the two polar opposites, that dichotomy made the NBA into what it is. So to see it and go, oh, wow, right. There was a time when people didn't go to games. There was a time when there was 13,000 people in the building and tickets were easy to get.
There were 6,000 people in the buildings. A lot of times games were on tape delay, in the early 80s, the games were on tape delay. It was different. I'll have to watch it. I like the factual stuff.
Yes.
Not that the Lakers series that, Perlman's book prompted wasn't good. I watched that as well with the Lakers Showtime stuff.
It's not the actual guys though. That's the problem.
Right. That's
you want to see the actual players, like the real.
And when you live through it, you have your own memories of it. And then you see stuff put together. What people do with these documentaries is unbelievable. So that's good. And then, the 80s had their own characters. Like when Jordan came on, it changed everything. Hakeem, lost the game in college to NC State and Jim Valvano and got to the NBA, and Hakeem the Dream and Clyde Drexler teamed up in pro. Rockets somehow found a way to win a championship. And Dr. J obviously was my guy in Philadelphia, but being in Pennsylvania, I was like Sixers everything. So it was a crazy time. I'm looking forward to watching that. That's good.
Yeah, there was no such thing as load management. That is true. Unfortunately, that is very, very, very true. So OKC last night became the first team to win 60 games. They've won 14 of 15. What do they
off of the what do they end up with? What dod they end up with?
Sorry.
Before someone else says it, I'll say it. There you go. Right.
What do they end up with for wins?
How many games you got left?
I think, hold on.
11.
I think they're 10, but let me double check for OKC. because the conference,
60 and what?
The record for their franchise record is in Seattle. They had 64 is the franchise record for Oklahoma City. So it's do they get there?
So there's 60 and 12.
10 games left. I was right. 72. Yeah. They're 60 and 12. 10 games left.
What do they win? 5 or 6 more?
I think they win at least 5. They're going to break. I think they're going to break the record.
Yeah,
they want to set the record of 65, and then they'll be able to kind of kick their heels up and say, "All right."
So let's see. OKC schedule. I'll tell you right now. We got
Memphis,
Grizzlies
Indiana,
at
Chicago.
home.
Yeah, 4 straight home games. Memphis, Indiana, Chicago, Detroit at home.
Probably win them all.
Then they play at Houston.
Okay, could lose that.
Lakers on 2 games, back-to-back games, home and home. Both of them are at home against the Lakers.
Yep.
And they end the year at Phoenix, at Utah, and at New Orleans. 7-3.
I was going to say they win at least 6 based
7-3.
on that.
Yeah. So
I mean, even the backups at the Jazz and at the Pelicans, are they going to lose? Yeah, that's there you go, boys. Give you something to do. Put in the number of games that OKC ends up winning for the season. There's 60 and 12, so 10 games left. If they go 5-5, that would be 65. So just put in the number of wins. See if we can follow instructions here, boys and girls. Number of wins that OKC ends up with. Okay. You win absolutely nothing but bragging rights.
Yes.
By putting it in the chat. Brandon Rincon went first, 66 and 16. So you did the math for both. I don't want to give anybody things too hard to do. They will keep in mind they will be able to rest guys late in games before the playoffs. That is true. Johnny. 64-ish. Good call, JPC the fourth. 69, of course, Joe the Fat Panda. Somebody would say 69.
What?
Amazing
ODU.
If it would be 69.
No, from ODU.
J-Down bets.
You guys are all comic.
Uh-huh. Good Juju bets in the house. Good to see you, good Juju. I like that. Yeah.
We're doing
67, right? I think 67's the number.
Yeah, I think that's right. 66, 67. They're breaking the record of 64, though. So that's, I think they're doing that. Dame Lillard has blood clots. He's out indefinitely. We putting a pop in the balloon here with the Bucks. They done? See you next year.
I still can't believe that it was 2 years ago they won a championship.
Yep. I mean, they're 40 and 31, though. I mean, they're not awful.
Oh, I
thought
know,
they would be better.
They're not a challenge to actually win against Cleveland or Boston, are they?
No.
They're not now.
No. Yeah, they're not.
Does he play at all?
I think if they go to the playoffs, there's a thought, but it's scary because obviously a blood clot in the body can go to the heart or the brain, and that's what you're really afraid of.
Yep.
But it's also the fact that you're on blood thinners. You know all about that. So you're playing in an NBA game and you get an elbow, they clip you get a corner of your eye or something, and it could turn into a really big problem. So it's not good.
While I was on the road, I got a little cut shaving, and I swear to God, it was like it took the longest it ever took to stop bleeding. And I was like, man, these blood thinners are really, it's crazy. It was not in any danger, but it's just, it could lead to something. I don't think he touches the court again in the regular season.
Oh, that is 100% sure. Yes. Yeah. I think he might be done for the year.
I think so too. That's what I was going to say. I don't think he touches the court in the regular season. And I personally don't think he plays
again.
At all again this year.
I mean, the Patriots saw this with one of their defensive linemen Christian Barmore, who was out for 4 months. They brought him back for 2 games and they put him back on ice. It didn't work. They're like, this isn't safe. Like they didn't like what was going on and they shut him down. So it's serious. I mean, it's not something that they're not going to play around with this. So I think he's done. And I think the Bucks are done. I think
that's cross them off the list. I mean, the whole East
a bloody nose wouldn't be anything like it, or goes to the lungs, leg show. Right. I mean, it could go, the blood clot could go anywhere and create serious problems.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're not going to play around with this. I saw this
10-point dogs to Denver tonight. 10.
Oops. So Jokic is playing, obviously.
And no one else is. Giannis is not. Right?
Huh.
10. Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. I saw this. today, and I thought this is interesting because we brought this up. Serious question. Does the avid American sports fan know that Alexander Ovechkin is on the verge of breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time goals record? What's the answer?
Well, I don't know who Mark J. Burns is, but did he
Hockey
mean
guy.
average
He means
American
average.
sports fan?
Correct.
Okay, avid. I just wanted to make sure. I listen, the kids say all these words now.
Yeah, no,
when I
he means
hear them, I
average.
ask. And so I
Yes.
figured avid might mean something, but he meant
No.
average. The answer is no. The answer is no. Why would they?
He's 6 goals away. He scored again last night. He has
It's hockey.
889.
Hockey, bro. They don't care. People don't. It doesn't matter. Been literally told. I've been told I talk hockey too much. Well, sorry. Right now, that's what I'm talking about. I like hockey. I love hockey. I love watching it. I love betting it. Playoffs are coming. It's our time. We'll be watching every game, every shift, all this other stuff. Numerous opportunities.
It's a really big damn record.
Oh, it's never going to be broken again.
I mean, it's a really insane record that when Gretzky said it, I thought no one's touching that. Like, no one's going to get to that record.
Yeah.
It's over 900 goals. This is or basically 900 goals almost. Like, he's not going to, no one can touch that record. And this guy,
this is
right
like
there.
This is like the hits record, right? When Pete Rose got the hits record, no one's getting that again. This is it. And it's not being recognized as such. Maybe records don't mean as much. I don't know what it is, but does he get it this year?
Yes. Yes, he gets it this year. Washington's playing meaningful hockey games.
I know.
I mean,
the last game of the season is against the Penguins.
47, 15, and 9.
Yeah.
47, 15, and 9. They've played 71 games. He's got 9 games left to score 6 goals.
9 games, 6 goals. Whew, they're going to give him every empty netter opportunity possible.
Oh, my goodness gracious. You better believe it.
Oh, we go over to boards. Let's see.
Okay,
so at the Wild
Michael,
versus the Sabres.
Just to be clear, Michael, no one's trying to say that Ovechkin is better than Gretzky. That's not what we're trying to say. It's the same conversation we were having with the home run record and talking about career home runs and everything else that went into that. Like, no one's trying to say that Gretzky is behind Ovechkin if he passes him. It's just a record that was put up on a shelf that we thought was untouchable, that is going to be passed. It's the most prestigious record in the NHL. Most goals scored of all time. Like, if any record you want, this is the record that you want.
So he's got 11 games left to do it. They go at Wild, home against Sabres, at Bruins, at Hurricanes, home against Blackhawks, at Islanders, home against Hurricanes again. Then at Blue Jackets, home against Blue Jackets, at Islanders, at Pittsburgh. Boy, that'd be salty if he does it in the last game of the season in Pittsburgh, just for Pittsburgh people. But they'll clap for him.
He plays April 1st against Boston. He could do it in Boston.
Right?
Do you think he wants to do it in front of Sid if you had to pick?
I think he wants to do it this year.
Oh, I know.
I mean,
he wants to do it this year.
So like, it doesn't matter who the last game is against if he needs a goal to do it. And, the irony that it would be in Pittsburgh and all the battles that they had back and forth. And it would be a way for, Sid to fist bump him and say, congrats, I guess, whatever.
All right. I got to put this on the screen because Addison's been DMing me like crazy on this. Okay.
What happened?
Here's how you bet this. Bet him every game, anytime goal, third period goal, and the last goal scorer of the game. Last night, those would have been plus 150, plus 425, and plus 900 respectively. If that game would have gone to a shootout, he would have hit all 3.
Dear Lord. That's a nice haul.
So, and he's been DMing me constantly going like third period OV goals have been extremely profitable. It's just which book offers it.
Right.
You got to find the book that gives you a chance to go third period. And like you're mentioning, open net. Ovechkin scored the open net every single time. They want him to go ahead and put it and get this.
Well, I mean, you don't get that many opportunities with an empty net. So when you get them, no goalie in there. You got a guy who's going to set the all-time goal record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we jump over the boards. Go.
Right.
And get him the puck. So makes perfect sense. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do it. That's 11 games. He needs 6 goals.
Is it 9 or 11?
11.
11 games. Oh, he's getting it for sure then. A goal every 2 games?
Correct.
Yeah. He's getting it. They're going to feed it to him regardless. They may even let it in. He may even have a goal.
Well, but that's when that's a lot of times when you're trying.
You can't do it.
It's like when you're trying for other things, and that's when it don't result in what you're doing. And then when you're not trying, all of a sudden your phone can't stop ringing. You get text, late night things, people you ain't heard from in a while. They're like, "Hey, what are you doing? Yeah, you up? Yeah,
2 a.m. text, you up?
Right. Well, what do you? Oh, So I don't know, but the Juice says he's breaking it this season.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You think he's getting it this season? Put it in the chat.
I mean, the NHL wants him to get it this season.
I mean, are they going to be the President's Cup trophy winner? The Capitals?
I mean, they're close.
They legit have a shot to be the team with the most points in the league.
They don't want that, though. It's a curse.
Well, nobody does. That usually is a curse.
It's a curse. Yeah. I mean, you have 89 points for Toronto, 103 points Capitals, 102 points Winnipeg, and 94 Vegas.
So it's them and Winnipeg.
Those are your four division leaders. Overall, it's them and Winnipeg basically, the only two. Winnipeg's got 102. They have 103.
Here we go.
I mean, I guess technically, if they got really hot.
I was thinking of Johnny Parley. Johnny Parley just said it in the chat. He'll do it in one of the back-to-backs versus Columbus. We'll have a 2-goal or a hat trick night when he does it. A hat trick would be an awesome way to do that.
True.
At home. Oh, a hat trick for the goal, for the break, record breaker. Everybody tosses the hats. Man, they did get bounced early last time they were the President's Cup trophy.
Oh, that's good. Jason Tatum went through shoot around today. That's good.
Oh, that's relief.
That's relief. Well, what's for me? That injury sucked. I was petrified.
Yeah.
Sabonis is now public enemy number 1 in Boston. I think what I find to be interesting is that we are in a period of time right now in the sports calendar where, yes, everybody's talking about the NCAA tournament, but the NBA is pretty quiet. Like, there's not a lot going on right now till we get to the NBA playoffs. The NHL should be buying ads and billboards. I mean, they should be pushing this as hard as they could possibly push it, that they could have Ovechkin set the record. And they should be talking to ESPN about putting the Capital games on national TV as much as possible. Like, how do we get this to be on national TV? Like, you want him to do this in front of as many people as possible to stop and celebrate the moment. Stop the game, get the puck, celebrate the guy's career. He broke his leg earlier this year. On top of, he had a fractured fibula earlier in this year. And this guy's out here they thought he was done for the year. And he's back potentially setting the record for the most goals scored ever in a career.
Yeah.
I think we're underselling it, and I think it's unfortunate that the NHL is not pushing this harder.
Do you think it had anything to do with his country of origin?
I don't know. I don't think people care he's from Russia. I really don't. I don't
hockey people don't.
I mean, I know the idea that Russia hasn't played international, and that's why they weren't part of the 4 nations, because they haven't played internationally in a long time. And I mean, because their country is run by a scumbag, but I get, I don't think anyone cares. Like, when you look at Ovechkin, I don't think you see Putin. I think you see a hockey player. I think you see one of the best hockey players of all time. And I see the Capitals. I don't see where he's from. I see what city he has played for and the team he's represented for his career. So, that to me, I don't care where he was raised and where he was born. I see a hockey player.
I don't know if that's the case for everybody. And I mean, the NHL, do they do a good job ever marketing individuals? Like, think about it.
Yes, they do, but it's more like,
do they?
Yeah. I mean, McDavid gets a ton of love. They push McDavid hard.
What?
But that's kind of the only guy that I can think of on top of my head that I've seen legitimate advertisements consistently for.
I don't know. We have a very diverse group of people in here. Watch sports and know sports and pay attention, listen to us. And guys, if you can help us get the word out with the show, we appreciate it. But I would venture to guess that there's a lot of people in here that couldn't name 4 NHL guys right now. Like
even
stars.
on their own team, like their own city.
Can you name a guy in the Los Angeles Kings right now?
I should be able to, but I can't at the moment.
Okay.
I want to say Jonathan Quick, but Jonathan Quick plays for the Rangers now.
Right.
So the first King that pops in my mind is Jonathan Quick.
Okay. I mean, I just picked a team that wins again. You've bet them twice this week, and you can't name one player on a team.
Yep.
That's typical of a lot of people that know hockey. Like that's like what I mean. It's become, and it always has been this way. I mean, Gretzky was one of the best players, arguably the best player of all time. I still argue it's Mario Lemieux.
I mean, that's bad. I should have been Kemper. I should have been able to name because I can't stand Kemper. Scares the hell out of me. So I should be able to name their goalie. So I mean,
but either way, I mean, I just picked a team that you bet on twice this week because
correct.
This is typical of the NHL. They don't.
Well, that's numbers
Sidney
though.
Crosby.
We bet numbers. We don't bet jerseys.
I understand.
Or players,
but
from
a fan standpoint, I'm not talking about this show is more than betting, despite the fact that we've had people tell us that all you guys talk about is betting. We talk about way more than betting, and we do it every day.
About betting enough, to be honest with you. We should probably talk more betting than we do.
Well, that's everybody's telling us what we are, and they don't watch the show.
Right.
That's the best part. I mean, these meetings, it's just really that's what you think our show's about. Well, yeah, we saw you guys went to Kentucky. Yeah, we did. And 20-something people showed up from different states and hung out. We had a blast. And then we did shows in Vegas. And
you can name all of the current Coyotes, Sonic. I can't even name all the current Bruins. That's pretty good.
Now that's a fan, though. That's a team guy. That's
pretty good.
I can name the entire team from 1991 when the Penguins won the Stanley Cup right now. All 20 guys. When you watch every game and you do the ride with them, like
I can name the majority of the 11 Bruins.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so
I can name the majority of them.
When you are a hockey fan, I think you're all in. And I think this isn't a hockey. This is a hockey fan story, but it's not a mainstream story.
But that's the point. It should be a mainstream story.
Well, that's a different story.
I mean, it should be a it's actually this. I thought this when I read that tweet. I was like, what's funny? We've gotten away from magazines so much, but these are the stories that would be on the front page of magazines that would arrive in your mailbox that would make you go, oh, that's right. Wow. Like literally putting it in front of your face. That this is happening. And then you get some big spread. You get some big, photographer expose type of thing on all the different goals that Ovechkin has had, like from his first goal in the league all the way to 890, 889. Like you'd see all the different pictures and you'd be like, my God, that's a lot of goals. Like that's incredible that the guy would go. So like, I think because everything's on our phone and we're in this echo chamber and we're only seeing what we follow. And if we don't follow the NHL or we don't follow the Capitals or Ovechkin's, social media or whatnot, we aren't seeing it consistently being put out there. Like, where's the countdown clock? Like, where is ESPN on SportsCenter counting this down? Like, Butchergrass does a great job, but I feel like they're more enthralled about talking about the Frozen Four right now than they are about Ovechkin.
Because Bucci's is a fan of the game and of college hockey. The NBA is dominating ESPN because they pay the bill.
Right.
And that's what you see. And it's like what we see on our feeds. Like you said, that's why I love these classic, these guys that post these classic videos and classic stories, or this day, this happened in 1993, because it reminds you of that. We don't have anything doing that now. The daily newspaper used to do that. It told you the stories of the day. You read it, you knew it. And I don't know, when I read something, I absorb it more than just watching a quick blurb video. I read it and then it gets in here, think about it, and I don't know. But yeah, this would behoove hockey to be more publicized, but it's not going to be.
No. I feel like it's going to be like a very quiet, like, oh yeah, by the way, Ovechkin set the record last night. Like nothing significant, nothing.
They'll celebrate it on the day, But, I mean, like we got guys that watch the show every day to say we don't talk about NBA enough. We got other guys that watch the show to go, why you even talk about hockey?
Fair.
And then we got guys that literally love hockey too and go, well, what is a newspaper? Chicago Kristen? We're going to have to Google that. We'll probably.
You brought up the Kings. They're now 26-3-4 at home. Like I mentioned, I bet numbers. They beat the Rangers. They're 23-1 to win the cup. I know they're not good on the road. They're under 500. But if they win all their home games in the postseason, how dangerous are they to win a round or two?
Very.
I mean, 26-3-4 is 26-3-4.
Again, the Western Conference looks like it's between Dallas and Colorado, but there's teams like the Kings that are going to be in this and make it like the amount of flesh that they take out of you on the way.
Yep.
So again, the path is going to determine a lot of what happens, of who represents the West in the Stanley Cup. The East, again, I still don't know, but I think the path in the West is going to be an absolute gauntlet, because when you mention the two top teams in Dallas and Colorado, you got a team like the Kings sitting there to do this.
Yeah, but there's 5. See, I think there's
the Knights are right there with them. Oh, by the way, the Jets have the chance to be the most points. Yeah. And the team that was in the Stanley Cup and got it to Game 7 last year is the Edmonton Oilers. The NHL should be marketing the playoffs every single day, starting right now, because the NHL playoffs are going to be electric.
And I think, even though I think the better teams are in the West, I think if you look at the East, Toronto, Florida, Tampa, Washington, Carolina, New Jersey, those 6 teams are going to kill each other. The wild card teams aren't great. I mean, Ottawa and Montreal are but you have the Islanders, Rangers, Blue Jackets, and Red Wings all sitting there fighting this out for those 2 wild card spots. Yes, the West will be more exciting, better teams, but the East is not going to be easy either for whoever comes out of it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a war on both sides.
Without a doubt.
I don't think, I mean, maybe they take a back seat to Major League Baseball, but that's really market dependent. I don't think that that's a blanket statement across the entire deal. Like, I can't,
well,
depends on where you are.
Tomorrow and it's on ESPN all day.
Yeah, like if you're in Boston, right, hypothetically, right, like the Bruins are dead. They're done. So yes, it's turn the page, go to Red Sox. It's Celtics 1, Red Sox 2. Okay, so that's the pecking order of where we're going to be for Boston sports. But I think for like a market like Colorado, the Rockies are going to suck. And I mean like suck. Nobody in Colorado is turning off the Avalanche to watch the Rockies.
Is that an industry term?
Suck?
Just asking. I don't think I've ever heard that before in my life.
Bad. Awful.
No, I know when we say bad, I don't think I've ever used those suck back to back like that. When you said it, I did pause. I was like, wait a second.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, they're gonna be bad.
So I don't believe that Colorado is.
But I mean, they didn't even watch him last year. Like when Colorado was all about the Nuggets. Like they weren't really watching the hockey.
Fair.
It's weird. I don't know. I don't know why it always falls to the afterthought. It's never the priority. Like in Pittsburgh, the playoffs were the priority. That's all everybody was talking about. And then as long as the Penguins stayed alive through the draft, if the Penguins got eliminated before the draft, then that's it. Football done. The Pirates were never really a thought. Now at least the Pirates will keep some time.
Take a Detroit,
what happens in cities.
Take a Red Wings, right? I mean, the first time in forever, the Red Wings are in the conversation for the playoffs.
Oh.
I mean, the Tigers are they have the reigning Cy Young Award winner and they've got some heat. But I still think in a market like Detroit, the Red Wings are going to be the number 1 team that people will talk about in April. Not baseball. It'll be hockey.
Perfect place to come to a show.
Fair.
Really?
Fair.
I mean, if our guy could do it, I see you wearing the sweatshirt. We're going to talk to this guy and just get us up to, Michigan. 313 show. We got guys that would come and hang out, protect us, watch us. I'd have to bring in JPC to fourth the music. He'd have his own walk-up music. Daniel G, my goodness gracious. Oh, my Lord. 313 show would be amazing. Got to get that done.
Yeah, all weekend long, not the whole month, Johnny. Like just opening day, sure. But then the second we drift back in April, once we get through opening day, the Red Wings can make the playoffs. Original 6. Like this is a big damn deal in Detroit.
For like a realistic expectation of winning a series. Like they I mean, they're a fun team. Like and they've won some games on the road too. That I think opening day, opening week is its own thing.
Yeah.
Like by next week, everything dominant is going to be back to NBA. You know, once you get through playing in the first week of the cities, like you get the home games and then you get the other home games next week.
Right.
Like baseball has a crescendo in the middle of April, it goes away. Everybody's talking about their taxes and tax day more than they're talking about baseball.
Fair.
You know, and then the playoffs. So the playoffs for hockey, the playoffs for basketball take priority. Thank goodness we're not talking about signings and free agents and drafts.
Well, we are doing that now
stuff.
because we have to talk about it now. Just for
we have to talk about this.
Just one segment on it.
You're not going to mention this Stephon Diggs thing? That's good.
No, that's fine. I don't need to talk about Stephon Diggs. I'm good with Diggs. Everyone can have their own opinion on it. Patriots have money. It's what you do when you have money. You spend it.
You get a professional wide receiver. I mean, the guy's a professional wide receiver for the kid.
I don't care if it's the ACL. Everyone's like, it's the ACL injury. Everyone's like, he's 32 coming off an ACL. Overpay. Yes, I don't care. It's why you have the money. Overpay. You need to convince somebody to go play with a kid because a 32-year-old proven wide receiver may not want to go play with a second-year quarterback who may or may not be any good. So we think Drake May is good. We don't know Drake May is good. So you overpay for a guy like that. I'm fine with overpaying for Stephon Diggs. Don't understand why Russell Wilson wants to go to the Giants, however. This is weird. Jameis Winston
$21 million. What do you mean, why?
It's a 1-year deal. Jameis Winston,
$21 million.
He to be the backup quarterback in New York? What do you mean?
You think he's going to be the backup?
Oh, I mean, he's going in there and they're saying we're just going to have an open competition. But Jameis Winston is not, he didn't sign there. This is exactly what the Steelers did to Russell Wilson when they brought in Justin Fields. Now the roles are reversed, and Russell Wilson's doing this now to Jameis Winston because Jameis thought this was his team, and now it's not. And now there's no open competition.
Giants fans, let's get in close here for this.
What are you doing?
Come on, Giants fans, just come in close. Tell me the truth. Are you enjoying this? I mean, really. I mean, the Giants season last year, you let the guy walk away and go to Philadelphia, beat a running back. All right. And things were bad.
Yeah.
And now you're starting quarterbacks in 2025. The two guys that are competing for the job are Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson. All right. W&W Incorporated. Okay. Listen, it's going to be a fun watch. WV Punch Drunk One. Sure, it will for a game or two.
Train wreck.
Okay. Train wreck. Russ came in. And he's wearing a pirate uniform and all that other stuff last year. He came in and said, let's ride. Okay. After Justin Fields signed and said it's an open competition and it's really not, and then this and that and blah, 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 whatever. Enjoy it. This is going to be cinema.
Oh,
we're going to all enjoy this. But whatever the season wins number is, okay. I heard they put them out on ESPN Bet, the season win bets. I heard they put out NFL season wins on ESPN Bet. Check it if you guys got it, because I haven't checked it yet. 3.5 was the first number.
Shut up.
Swear to God. It moved to 4.5 because they said, come on, people. You can't put 3.5 because that would mean 1, 2, or 3 are the only winners. The number
that can't be real.
I'm telling you right there. There it is.
Can't be real.
Our man he don't play Volbex. He knows.
Will, you're in the chat, so I'm going to say you can't put up a fucking 3.5 number.
Man, we almost got through it.
You can't do that in March. 3.5 before the draft.
That's
what clown put that number up? I would bet over just for the freaking hell of it.
Correct.
I mean, what are we doing?
Correct.
I thought a number you put up to bet the under, bet the dog. I mean, that's just
sometimes with the season wins, you put up a number because you think they're only going to win 3.
Confirmed 4.5 right now.
And get the
I've
bet
never
over.
seen a 3.5. I haven't either. I've never seen 3.5.
Back when there were 16 games,
17 game season. It's
right?
A 17 game season.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
They're going to sleepwalk to 4 wins just because.
Wow. Whitrock confirms it's 4.5 minus 160 now to the over.
You clowns. What are you clowns showing?
Somebody might have,
somebody set somebody up. That was a gift. That was, how heavy did they hammer the over 3.5? Show me the first bet. I want to see what the limit was that they took on that. Because that first bet on the over was big.
I don't know. It might have been 2 dimes. And, depending on who it was from, they said, well, move that number immediately. I mean, I don't know. But that might be a friends and family number. It might have been Whitrock. I don't know. I definitely would have used 4.5. 5 is the number.
Yeah.
5 and 12. And I didn't go through the schedule. Which, ironically, the schedule wasn't even out yet. So you know the opponents. You don't know the order.
We're not even at the draft yet.
Correct.
Like, what if they pull a massive draft day? They swing something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, who knows what they do?
Crazy. What are you talking about?
What if they trade up and trade half their, they do a Cowboys and Vikings type trade where they give them like the next 10 years to move up to take a quarterback? I mean, who knows what they're going to do?
Giants aren't taking a quarterback now.
Well, they could draft it for the future. Sure, you could. And just stash them. Yeah, of course you could. Move up, get Jackson.
And then you're going to cut one of those guys.
No, you just take him. You only have a 1-year deal with Russell, so you have him be there competing, and the kid just sits there and learns. Doesn't play. He's like, hey, you're not playing for a year. You're going to watch these guys play for a year, and then we're going to go and do that. Just saying it's possible.
Either way, I would, knowing the opponents, I looked at it last night. I said 4.5. That's fine. We could use 5. It would be like the Patriots number last year.
1 and 5.
Went under.
In division, 1 and 5.
Correct. If you're lucky.
Yeah. So.
Right? Get swept by the Eagles, get swept by the Washington Commanders, and split with the Cowboys is what I thought, when you do that.
Right. Fair.
So how are you going to win 4 more games, or let alone 5 more games with the opponents listed? I don't think you can.
No.
So that's an under 4.5 if you can find it, what it is. But I don't know what they're doing.
By the way, thank you, CBW, for posting that. Thank you. Alex Cora confirmed Rafael Devers, full-time DH for the Red Sox. Your third baseman of the season is Alex Bregman, the reigning Gold Glove Award winner. Somewhat shocking. It's like the biggest no kidding of all time. Like, Rafi's not good at third. Yeah, play Bregman at third. He won the Gold Glove last year. Yeah, that's a good decision. Thank you for posting that. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the Sweet 16 starts tomorrow. It's the first time since 1985 when the bracket went to 64 that we don't have a non-power conference team in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
So by the CBS thought, the handle for this should be outrageous and through the roof. Will it be?
I think it's going to be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I think they got the times right, the schedule right, and they got pretty much the right teams in it. I don't know if being unable to bet the games in 3 of the sites, I don't know if that's going to affect it that much. In 3 of the states that they're in, New Jersey's a big state to not be able to take handle on college basketball games.
Fair.
Marquee college basketball games. A lot of people will get very ambitious and find ways to get bets in that want to bet, I'm sure. That might mean that they don't bet those games and bet the other games more if they want. So I think the handle is going to be tremendous. What about you?
I think if it goes by the logic that CBS has used and pushed for a long time in the same Power 4 conferences, what they have said that, look, at Cinderella's dead and we're good with it because she's a pain in the ass and she costs us money, and the public might like it for a game or 2, but they don't actually like it come Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final 4. They want brand names. Well, all you have are brand names. we put it up before. Like it's brand name on brand name on brand name. Like that's your Sweet 16. If you're a college basketball fan, I mean, I guess like you'd want Kansas in there. If you're looking for other brands like Villanova and Kansas, like the only two brands I would say that need to be there that aren't currently in there.
As much as you besmirched Kansas, you want Kansas in there?
I know what Kansas is. I hate Kansas this year, but I know what KU basketball is. I mean, Fog Allen taught there. The court's named Fog Allen. I mean, the building's named Fog Allen. I mean, it's
any network executives.
It's James Naismith Court. I mean, like
they're not concerned that Kansas is not there.
No, they're not. But I'm saying if you wanted to keep it, if you wanted to go all brand name Sweet 16, you would want Kansas in there. You probably would want Villanova in there, and you want Carolina in there.
I think you'd want UConn in there.
Probably, I guess UConn still is very provincial. It's still very much a Northeast thing. Like
the
people,
whole Northeast watches it though.
Fine, fair, but it's still like people in Florida don't give a crap about UCLA. I'll give you that's a good point. Yep, I would agree with that. So you'd add UCLA in there. So like North Carolina, UCLA, Kansas are probably the three biggest ones that are left out. The next tier would be Villanova and UConn that aren't part of that. If you want all brand names in the Sweet 16, it's a pretty good 16 team field that will get a lot of people's attention to say, okay, I want to bet it. So yes, I do think it'll be pretty big. This story broke that I can't.
Is Tennessee a safe survivor pick for Friday? I mean,
no.
I saw somebody ask that.
They're 0-2 against Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know. No. I mean, you got to get Thursday right though, boys and girls. If you're in the survivor contest again,
you're picking every day.
Survivor contest, splashsports.com/BvB. You got to pick a winner Thursday. There it is right there. Splash Sports, www.splashsports.com/BvB. That enters you in the contest. It's $50. You can get 3 entries. Bama, Texas Tech, Florida, or Duke. Now, you can't pick Florida because you got to save them. So I think Duke. You have to pick. Yeah, I don't think you don't pick Duke in the first round. So you pick the winner, Alabama, Texas Tech, or Alabama, BYU, Texas Tech, Arkansas. You got to pick the winner of that game. I think if you're doing the contest,
I would take multiple and take Arkansas and take BYU. Enter 3 times. Take one automatic and take two long shots. I would take Arkansas, BYU, and Duke. It would be the 3 picks. 3 entries, 3 plays.
You hope 2 get through.
Yep.
Because
you might get all 3.
Same thing on Friday. You can't get all 3. The 2 are playing each other. If you do that.
Arkansas plays Texas Tech.
Arkansas plays Texas Tech.
Yeah. BYU plays Alabama.
Right.
The next day, you just go ahead and take a different. That's fine. All 3 can still be alive.
So you have 3 entries. Only 2 can get through.
Oh, you mean
Arkansas
the final
plays Texas Tech? Oh. No, it just gets to the next day. You got to pick a winner a day.
I'm just trying to live another day. So I want to win. I want to go 3-0, and then on Friday I'll look.
You can't go 3-0 if you pick 2 teams that play each other. That's what I'm saying.
Who plays each other?
Arkansas plays Texas Tech.
Correct. I'm saying BYU, Arkansas, and Duke. They're not playing each other.
You said Texas Tech. Okay.
I did. So sorry.
Yeah,
Arkansas, BYU,
so you would use Duke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Again, and then you'd go and have Duke would be crossed off because you have 3 entries. So then the next one I'd go back and try to hold out one of the entries as long as I can without using Florida, and hold Florida all the way to the end.
Okay.
Got to pick 2 at the end, which is hard, which really makes it difficult. But I think, again, 130-1, Arkansas to win it all. Make the bet. 130-1, take Arkansas.
Okay.
They're getting healthy. They have a Hall of Fame coach, and I love the draw.
Okay.
I mean, they can beat Florida. They can beat Florida.
Wow.
They're not going to be intimidated by somebody out of their own conference that they go up against.
Okay.
So, on that. This story came out this morning or late yesterday, and I actually can't believe it. The Players Era Festival is going to expand to 32 teams. It's going to be this November.
Is that what we went to here?
Yes.
They're adding to that?
So it already has expanded. It already expanded to 12 for this year. But a year from now, in November of 26, it's going to be a World Cup type situation. The finals will still be here in Vegas, but they're going to have satellites all over the country. 32 teams. It's going to become the largest non-NCAA tournament in college basketball history. And they're playing for money. They're playing for real money. CBW asked me on Twitter last night, how much money do they play for the NCAA tournament? That'd be zero. They play for no money. No one gets a check to play in the NCAA tournament. These kids are getting checks, fat ones, to play in this thing.
It's professional sports. That's a professional sports tournament. That is no joke. That is straight cash, homie. You're right, Josie Myers. Wow.
32 teams.
I don't
32.
know. What the hell are we doing?
It's being called November Madness. They're going to do a November tournament with 32 teams. Man. If I'm a coach, I flip and love this. One, it's awesome to get the exposure and to get the experience of playing in tournament basketball in November.
Right.
Like real tournament basketball where you're traveling and having to play different teams. You got a great barometer as to whether or not your team is good before you get to March.
So does that don't even count towards the NIL stuff? Like that doesn't, so like you can't say to a kid, come here, we're in this tournament, we're gonna have a shot at $1 million.
No, there'll be more than that. Remember, every kid got $1 million, every team got $1 million for showing up.
I know, that's what I mean.
Got $1 million. It didn't matter how many games you play or how many games you win. You got $1 million. Right. So they're gonna get paid regardless, but every level they go, they'll make more.
Yeah, that's extra money on top of the NIL stuff.
Yes.
So now you can say to a kid, look, we're paying everybody $500,000 salary, but we're going to be in this tournament. We're going to have a shot. You pick up another $1 million or $300,000 each if we win this thing. Blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, Jimmy football. Goodbye NIT at the end of the year. No one will care if this goes and it's the beginning of the season. These end of season tournaments, there will be one. Well, they'll be able to expand it to 96. The NCAA, because there will be no other ones. This is going to be a hard sell to keep it going, like this thing that's coming here next week, which you're going to be gone. I think I'm going to go a couple days and go.
Final. I'll be back for the final. I thought about going to the final. So the semi and the final. Actually, I think I'll be. You play 3 games to win it, right?
No, I think it's 4, right?
4 games. So I'll be back for the final 2 rounds. I'll be here for the final 2 rounds. Then I may go over there and check it out. It's at T-Mobile. The finals. MGM's got for the quarters,
beginning rounds, the
first 2 games, and then the semifinals and finals are at T-Mobile.
There's gonna be nobody at those games.
I disagree.
There's gonna be nobody at those games.
I think they'll give away tickets.
Well, they might give away tickets. Doesn't mean nobody at those games.
Schools, AAU programs, they'll put people in the seats. They'll find ways of getting people in.
Hey guys, want to go to Maui and play, or we can go to Vegas and play for cash? Good call, Whitrock.
Right?
I'll go to Hawaii after we go to Vegas and win the thing and get the cash. I ain't going to Hawaii to play basketball, right?
No, why would you? I mean, this is going to change the way that any of these tournaments, the Bahama tournaments, or
goodness,
in the Virgin Islands, like any of these even the Maui Invitational, or even any of the Vegas tournaments, it's going to change it, because the Players era, the reason why only 8 teams played in the Players era this past year was because the guarantee was $1 million and nobody believed them. They said, okay, well, it's got to be a lie, right? This is Fry Fest type stuff. Like you're going to tell us at the end, we're going to come here and play, and then you're going to say, sorry, we don't have the money. Well, everyone's check cleared. Like they literally were, the universities were announcing checks cleared. We got the money. We're good. Players era paid. And the second that they found out that the cash cleared, every team, Kansas, Alabama, everybody was in line to come to Vegas next year to do it. And now it's to 26, where it's not going to be 12 teams. It's going to be 32. 32 teams.
Oh, man. I don't get it.
I mean,
it's happening fast.
It's about money.
It's money. That's it.
Pay them.
This is professional.
Yep. So, all right, opening day tomorrow. Yahoo Sports has chucked up a couple of predictions that I want us to run through here for the divisions, the league, and the World Series. It's not as open and shut and slam dunk as you might think. Look at this. Let's start with the American League East. 3 Red Sox and 2 Orioles of their 5 quote-unquote experts. No one's picking the Yankees to win the American League East.
Wow.
Fair or foul? Yankees have no shot. They're dead. Not winning the East.
I don't think it's that easy. All of them? Nobody picked them?
3 Red Sox, 2 Orioles.
Wow. Okay. I think if it's not the Yankees, it's obviously one of those 2 teams, but I don't know which one it is. So if you're asking me, I don't know.
If it's not the Yankees, it's the Red Sox. AL Central. Tigers, Guardians, Royals, Twins, Royals. Big discrepancy as to who is going to win the American League Central.
I love that.
Wide open.
Well, their season wins. The 4 guys at the top are all close like that.
Are you fading the Guardians? Or do you like the Guardians?
No, I got to really see about the pitching staff. I don't think they're going to have a tough time.
Big fight there as to who is actually going to be winning that. I think it's the Tigers personally.
Yeah.
The West, Rangers, Astros, Rangers, Astros, Astros. 3 Houston, 2 Texas. Where are you on the West?
If I have to pick one, it's Texas.
Correct. I agree. I bet the over last night.
I think the lineup better.
85.5 wins for Texas.
Of not having Tucker and Bregman is going to really press the pitching staff for the Astros. I think they're going to, not that they're going to, be below 500. I just think the Rangers are going to be a little bit better.
I like the Rangers. 85.5 over 85.5 wins for Texas. I think that's and they could win the division too by winning 86, 87 games coming in for them with that. Yeah. All right, to the National League. Oh, sorry, the wild cards. Yankees, Astros, Rays, Yankees, Tigers, Yankees, Orioles, A's, which is like, wait, what? Yankees, Royals, Red Sox, and Red Sox, Guardians, Yankees. The A's aren't making the playoffs, are they?
Oh, that would be an unbelievable story.
The A's are going to make the playoffs in Sacramento?
I don't know. The Shrew's on his way here.
Yes,
him and the Bomber will be here this week, but the Shrew's up in Sacramento. So there's a 100% chance I'm going to go to Sacramento to see some baseball.
Nice.
Got to check this out. I don't know. They're the wild card in that division because they could go good and win in the 80s.
Or
well, I can't be White Sox bad, but they could be bad too. Are 2 teams coming out of the American League Central or 3 for the playoffs?
2.
Because last year 3 did.
2. 3 teams out of the American League East are coming out.
Okay. So if that's the case, then only 1 in the Central and 1 in the West?
Yeah. Rangers, Astros. Sorry, Seattle.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Yankees, Orioles, Red Sox. Tigers, take your pick. Royals, Guardians. Astros, Rangers.
There's only 3 wild cards.
So what I have, yeah. So 2, 3,
4.
that's 4. Sorry. So I would take out. Sorry, one out of the Central. Only 1 out of the Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
The division winner.
Yeah, that's it. Only 1.
Wow.
It was a fluke last year.
They got all them games against the White Sox.
Great. White Sox are going to be better than people think.
Over the season wins?
Only because it's 52.5. I mean,
I don't know.
They're going to win 56, 57 games.
I think 2 teams can make the playoffs out of the Central. The runner-up and the division winner. I think the
Tigers
West
did it with,
will only get 1 in. I think the West winner will be the only one, like last year. The Astros were the only team in out of the American League West.
So you're down on the Astros. I think the Rangers win the division.
That's what I mean. Well, either that or the Astros and or Rangers make it.
I mean, Alvarez is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP.
One comes out of the American League East.
Alvarez is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP in the American League.
Yeah, he should be. He's probably going to hit a bunch of bombs.
So, I mean, the Astros, I mean, you got to be at least competitive or near the playoffs to win that award most often. You can have a Mike Trout year, but not all that often. Wow. I don't hate that call, JPC. Yankees missed the playoffs, but my God, everyone's getting fired in New York if that happens.
Yeah, they may only they legit. Oh no, I would have to think they win. Someone else wins enough games to get in from the East. And say maybe they only get in one, but last year was two. It was Red Sox, or it was Orioles and Yankees. So I think they get two. Central gets two.
In one, two from the 2-2-2.
Maybe that's the way it shakes out.
Okay. NL East, Braves, Phillies, Braves, Braves.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the two. It's
no talk of the Mets. No talk of the Mets.
No. I mean, listen, again, Mets fans, get with me right here. All right. The lineup's great and everything. They got a monster top of the lineup. The pitching, it's not good enough. Not winning the division. Are they making the playoffs? Probably.
Could you imagine if both the Mets and the Yankees missed the playoffs?
Oh, it would be like the Jets and the Giants.
Oh, my.
What are they going to do in New York?
Oh, my. If they
Can you imagine?
After the Soto deal and everything else.
Oh,
my. That'd be brutal.
Look
Central, Brewers, Cubs, Brewers.
Can't believe nobody picked the Reds.
Right? Nobody picked the Reds. Really?
Can't believe it. I can't believe it.
That's the pick du jour in the National League, is that Ellie De La Cruz is going to be an MVP candidate. Going to hit 25 bombs.
I got to talk to Fox about that. Fox is doing the betting stuff at Yahoo. Now we got to talk to him about these experts. See if we can contribute there a little bit. I don't think I picked the Cubs.
No,
I think I picked the Brewers.
I'm down on the Cubs.
Again, I got to do some more reading and really watching. Do a lot of betting in April with baseball. It's more observation and seeing stuff in person and starting to, make numbers and watch. And, I got to see like the way these games are going to go. Cause I think last year with the pitch clock and now the review and everything else, I think unders are really going to be a thing. And I think the Brewers probably got along with the Pirates, the best pitching staff in that division.
So obviously the West is pretty simple because we know who's winning the West. Wild cards. Phillies, Mets, Cubs, Braves, Padres, D-backs.
Okay.
Braves, D-backs, Mets. D-backs, Mets, Padres, Phillies, Mets, Padres. Wide open. That's a wide open conversation about.
Wide open, but also not. Like everybody's picking the Mets to make the playoffs, not win the division, right? Yep. Every one of those people had the Mets making the playoffs. Makes sense. I think the Mets will make the playoffs, and the other team, other than the Braves or the Phillies, should make the playoffs. So there you go. So you got 3 out of the NL East. I would be shocked if anybody actually went on record in the media and did not pick the Dodgers to win the NL West.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost impossible.
However,
what?
They're not the consensus to win it all. Braves, Phillies, Dodgers.
How is it not the National League? That's, really. So when you there's some books that will put up NL, AL right now.
Yeah.
Winner of the World Series. It should be NL minus 150. It's pick 'em.
Let me pull this down for you because do you see that? Do you see that middle? See who the middle has in the World Series?
The middle, Dodgers, and who is that? I can't read it.
That would be their Boston Red Sox.
Wow.
In the World Series. It's Atlanta over Texas, Philly over Houston, Dodgers over Red Sox, Dodgers over Astros, and Dodgers over Orioles.
Oh, man.
Those are your World Series exactas, according to Yahoo Sports.
Why play all the season if it's just the same damn teams?
Well, it's not the same. That's not the same damn teams.
We just saw Dodgers, Red Sox not that long ago. We see the Dodgers every year. Dodgers, Yankees last year.
Wait,
Dodgers Red Sox was what, 2019?
2018. The Red Sox won the World Series.
Oh, it was 2018.
They won it. That was the last time they were in it. They won it. Okay. I haven't seen the Red Sox lose the World Series since I was a baby, basically, since '86.
Wow.
We're 4-0. You put them back in the World Series. I haven't suffered a World Series defeat since 1986.
Right.
So, like, let's go. Get them back in. Let's go win another one.
Oh, October. The ride is so good. The baseball ride is so good
my
now.
God. If my team's back, I announced yesterday, like I am officially back. I'm locked back in on baseball. Let's go. I've been off for 3 years. I haven't been paying attention to the Red Sox because they've been crap for 3 years. They're back. Let's go.
Who do you guys want to see? All the baseball heads in here watching right now. You know, I don't know how many people watching online, on Twitter, on YouTube. Who's the opponent for the Dodgers that you want to see?
Who was the best shot?
You're selfishly saying Red Sox, but who do you want to see?
They can't
Yankees again.
Red Sox can't beat the Dodgers. I mean, I don't want to see the Dodgers only because they're going to lose to the Dodgers in Mookie. That'll stick. That will stink to lose. So
the Reds. Wow, Joe the Fat Panda. The Reds.
Yeah, they're gonna be relevant.
That would bring up some nice, fun
I can't wait to see, like, so being a baseball guy, what do you make of this theory? So there's a big thought. I was looking at this market last night about who leads the National League in stolen bases. Okay. So obviously Elly De La Cruz is going to be the guy that everyone thinks, right? But there's a theory coming out of camp that Elly, as he gets older, will put more and more muscle on, and he's going to be a power hitter, which eventually will send him to the outfield, which will make him no longer be a stolen base threat because he's going to be circling the bases. He's not going to be on first base to steal second. He's going to be at home because he's going to hit more bombs than ever before. And that's why you shouldn't bet De La Cruz to lead the National League in stolen bases. It's better to bet Ohtani, who is 70-1 to lead baseball in steals, whole league, and I think like 30 or 40-1 to lead the National League in steals. That Ohtani may have less home runs because he's going to pitch, so he'll be more tired, and he'll steal more bases.
All sounds well and good. I don't know. Ricky Henderson was an outfielder and stole bases pretty good.
He did. They're wearing 24 on opening day for Ricky in Sacramento.
Oh.
For the A's.
Nice.
Whole team is wearing 24.
Orioles or Bo Sox to be the Dodger opponent. Addison said the Royals. That'd be incredible.
Come on.
The Orioles are good. Johnny said. Vinny Konwinski said the Tigers. T. Boyd said the Orioles. Orioles, Dodgers. Does that sell?
No.
Does it sell?
I mean, it's Dodgers, so it sells because the Dodgers are in it, but the opponent doesn't.
Texas Rangers, World Series champs 2 years ago. Dodgers last year.
That sells.
That's
Corey Seager revenge series.
Right.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, that works. Sure. That'd be fun. If that's the case. I'm high in the Rangers. I'm really high on them. With or without DeGrom being healthy, I'm high on the Rangers. I like them a lot.
Adam Pyatt said the Twins for the 60-year anniversary of the first matchup.
Yikes.
Wow. All right.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No thanks. What do you make of the
strays? We didn't even talk about it. What do you mean?
I don't bet this, but here are your American League and National League Cy Young markets.
Mm-hmm.
Skubal and Garrett Crochet lead the way for the American League.
Does anyone else on that list win it?
Then Skubal or Garrett Crochet?
Yeah.
Well, tell me whether or not either one's, if both make it through the entire season unscathed health-wise, then yes, that those two, it's a two-man race.
Right.
One gets hurt, then you got Cole Ragans involved. Logan Gilbert could be in the conversation. I don't think DeGrom's going to be part of it, but if he stays healthy, he might. And then your boy Paul Skeens is running away with it at the moment to win the National League, to go from Rookie of the Year to Cy Young Award winner in his first 2 years in Major League Baseball. Be the hell of a start to a Hall of Fame potential career. Paul Skeens does that.
Yeah, I think you got to observe options in the National League. I think it's a lot to put on Skeens to win the Cy Young. Yeah. And not have, he's not going to have the wins. And again, wins are not that important, but that's what people vote on. And different things like that. If he's as dominant as he's going to be obviously at the top of the list because people are going to bet him all year. CBW, I just saw what you put in the chat. That's completely out of line. What hat will Skeens choose for the Hall of Fame? Pirates or Yankees or Dodgers?
Mean.
Not nice. Please.
Yeah. Leg show. I said this a couple of days ago, and everyone says he's getting traded. That Alcantara from the Marlins he's looked great. I would agree. I think Alcantara could be he's a dark horse. You want to bet a long shot? He comes back and looks like he normally does. He could have a sub-2 ERA and be right in the conversation.
Yeah. He's gonna bring in a Hall too if he pitches back like he's back. I don't know. I mean, it's just there's a couple guys on the list, and I don't really do those either. I like to look at them, and they didn't do much handle when we booked them. We put them up, and we had to move them. They're like Kazarian said on our show a while back with the Super Bowls, like they're fake markets. A lot of these things are fake markets. You're betting on. There's 30 people that vote for this. 30. I'm going to put up a market and try to handle millions of dollars, thousands of dollars even, on 30 people's opinion that I don't know what they're voting on and what they're basing it off of. Got to be out of your mind.
Alcantara's overrated? What are you talking about?
Really? Wow.
What?
He was really good when he was good. Now, I mean, some guys don't bounce back from that.
What? From Tommy John?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean,
although it's become so norm now. Like guys just do it as like a tune-up. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he needed it. He was going down. Obviously, you see his numbers were slipping, but I don't know. I have a hard time sitting there and saying he's overrated. In 2022, he threw 228 and 2/3 innings, an opposing batting average of 218. He led Major League Baseball in innings pitched. He led it in win probability added by pitcher. He led baseball at 5.5. I mean, he has some pretty impressive numbers. Him pitching wise. I mean, he's two-time All-Star. He won the Cy Young in 2022. He came in 10th in the MVP voting in 2022. 32 games started, had a hell of a year. I mean, that 2022 year was crazy. 2.28 ERA, had one shutout, 6 complete games in a time when no one has complete games. Damn good. 0.98 whip. Only gave up 67 runs in 228 innings worth of work.
How about this? We got to give JC
overrated.
JC from KC a little props here because he's a baseball guy. He said, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Jonathan India is 100-1 to lead in runs scored. He's leadoff for the Royals and on-base machine and has Bobby, Vinny, and Salvi to get him in. That's a pretty good – I mean, the leadoff guy for the Royals is probably going to get in a lot. 100-1. I mean, that's worth a fin.
Who is the current – this is baseball, right? This is not the American League? To lead all of baseball?
To lead, I would assume.
Because you're going to deal with the Dodgers. So
right. J. Dalbett said he took Duran at 40-1 to lead the league in runs. So that's
I mean, he's hitting leadoff for the Red Sox, and obviously he's got 3 power bats behind him. So that's not crazy.
And J. Dow said he had 111 last year, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and you have obviously the question would come down for Jared Duran about whether it really, to me, comes down to Tristan Casas and what he will do. Because you know what Bregman and Devers are going to do. Right. So you've got, I can't wait to see how they do it because one is Durant, who is batting second. I would bat Bregman second, but it sounds like that's not going to happen. He's going to bat third and Bregman's going to bat fourth. So Devers third, Bregman's fourth. I would put Bregman second and Devers third and get all 3 of those bats up and Casas to bat fourth if I was building the lineup. But
did I see our guy HBK in the chat? Is HBK committed? Is the matchup set for the next round? HBK for voting?
It's you versus Pizza Man?
I think I'm going against the pizza guy, Pizzola.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He was all hot and bothered yesterday on the chat. Him and Sean Perry had a screaming fight for about 15 minutes.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's GRP?
What? GRP? Was there a recount?
A restructure? Was there a reseed?
Pizza guy was destroying him in the votes. So he used the bots?
Oh, really?
Somebody better check this. I have no idea. I was very busy last night and doing some stuff.
Okay.
I haven't. I got on one of the.
They DQ'd.
GRP's opponent got disqualified due to bots. So Pizzola out.
Pizzola got kicked out?
So it is me and the notebook guy. Oh my gosh.
Okay. I think we got you to the final.
Yeah, we'll have to when we get to the final.
Is this semis or is this quarters? What is this?
This is the Elite Eight matchup.
Okay.
Me and GRP.
It's quarterfinals. All right.
He's got the hair and he's got the notebook. I got everything else, and I got you guys, the brigade. We'll put those out and vote. Wow. The bots got him.
Yeah. How about that?
Man.
Speaking of getting caught, Massachusetts regulators are probing Robinhood over their March Madness basketball betting.
Yeah.
Somebody has finally paid attention to what they are doing and what they are bragging about how much money that they are potentially taking or allegedly they're taking in during March Madness. This is an exclusive from Reuters saying the top security regulator in Massachusetts has begun an investigation into trading platform Robinhood and their decision to launch a prediction market hub that allows users to bet, and they use that word, bet on the outcome of a range of events, including March Madness college basketball tournaments. The Massachusetts Secretary of State, Bill Galvin, in an interview with Reuters on Monday, said he was concerned that Robinhood was, quote, linking a gambling event on a popular sports event that especially is particular to young people to a brokerage account.
Huh.
He says it's just another gimmick from a company that's very good at gimmicks to lure investors away from sound investing.
He said gimmicks? He used the word gimmick?
Yep. This is just another gimmick from a company that's very good at gimmicks to lure investors away from sound investing.
Oh, boy.
He's
that didn't sound like an endorsement.
He's known as one of the most aggressive state-level security regulators in the country.
Wow. Learning a lot about this. We have a lot of people that are in the business. And was on a phone call this morning with one gentleman who's investment side of the business. And we have a dear friend, Alex Kane, who's in the business, who also has people that, have a background in the financial world, as well as, he's doing what he's doing with sport trade, which is exactly what Robinhood is doing. I mean, they call it prediction markets, but the guy used the word bet.
No, the article wrote bet.
Oh, the article.
He used it as luring people away from sound investing and put them into a gimmicky marketing ploy is what he's calling it. The event contracts allow traders to bet on specific outcomes, offering opportunities to profit from predictions on everything from sports and entertainment to politics and economy. Their rising popularity has fueled a heated debate between traders who have embraced the Nascent asset class and critics who have linked it to gambling. The subpoena.
Wait, go to the word with the N. The Nascent asset class. What did you say?
The Nascent asset class.
Okay, you said it really fast. It sounded like something else.
Asset ass. The asset ass.
Sound like some Nas and some ass and some stuff.
Nascent asset class and critics who have linked it to gambling. The subpoena seeks copies of Robinhood marketing materials and asks the company to identify any and all residents within the state of Massachusetts with brokerage accounts with the company who requested to trade college sport event contracts. A spokesman for Robinhood in a statement said the event contracts it offers are regulated by the U.S. Commodity Future Trading Commission and offered through the CFTC registered entities. Quote, prediction markets have become increasingly relevant for retail and institutional investors alike, and we're proud to be one of the first platforms to offer these products to retail customers in a safe and regulated manner. Robinhood spokesperson said.
Oh boy.
They're running to the feds. I mean, literally Robinhood is running to the feds and saying, help, 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 help. The mass is coming after us. Help, help, help. And that's it. Now it's going to be federal versus state. And this is, I think, is a problem for anyone trying to go to the federal government when you're talking about a gambling related conversation, because the Supreme Court has kicked it to the states. This is a state rights issue. This is not a federal issue. There is no federal oversight on this if you call it gambling, which is what mass is going to do. They're going to call it gambling.
Wow. I hope it was worth it. I hope it was worth it. You just went and did it. And I don't know. This doesn't sound like this is going to end well. They're going to go, oh, you know what? Okay, you give us all that stuff. We're good now. Keep going. Like you may have poked the bear a little bit too much in mass.
So,
but then what about the next thing on here?
Just to put a bow on it, an FCTC spokesperson in a statement said the agency had concluded that, quote, it has no legal justification to prevent Robinhood from offering access to these contracts, which are listed on an FCTC registered exchange. So the government is saying we're not having this conversation. But you have to realize that Donald Trump's nominee for the head of the CFTC has served on Kalshi's board, and President Donald Trump's son, Jr., is a strategic advisor on the board to Kalshi.
I just want to be a strategic advisor to somebody.
Just FYI, the reason why they're going to run to the feds is because they got friends in high places.
I just want to be a strategic advisor. I can help with a lot of things. I just want an envelope. In fact, I want a suitcase, and I'll do whatever you need me to do. That sounds like a strategic advisor is a perfect role for me. That sounds great.
Golden parachute for Kalshi to get out from whatever mass is going to try to do to them, or any other state, including Nevada, which they might want to try to do to them. Along the same lines, we'll skip the Google and Apple one because this one's even better. Publishers Clearinghouse. Remember them? Yeah. They want to be a sweepstakes casino.
Yeah.
They have 170 million emails. 170 million.
Yeah.
That's a third of the country.
Correct.
That's pretty good.
How many bounce back?
I don't know. Great question.
I mean, you can have 170 emails, but if nobody opens or answers 160 million of them, then you really only have 10 million active.
Fine. It's still, they have 170 million email addresses. That's pretty damn impressive. That's a list.
Did you open up the Publishers Clearinghouse envelopes back in the day?
Yes, of course. Ed McMahon, of course.
Now, just give the boys and girls a poll right now. We have we've 3 figures of people, over 100 people watching live. We'll have more people watching. Again, when you watch live, you can vote on these things. Don't lie. Did you open those envelopes when they came to your house? Did you open Publishers Clearinghouse envelopes? Yes or no? Because a lot of people took them and threw them in the trash.
Right.
I just need to know what kind of people we're working with here on our show. All right?
I open them all the time.
Open them every time.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Hell yeah, you opened them. No, Tyrone Boyd. I'm crazy. Tyrone, you're crazy. What do you mean you didn't open them? T. Boyd, you opened them.
I just thought the ads were great.
That's what I'm saying. There was opened them.
Somebody showed up with a big check. You'd be like, wow, really? I won $1 million for what? I don't know.
If no is more than 0%, they're lying. You're right, Joe the Fat Panda. Yes. There's no way. You opened them. John, I see you working. Lessman, you opened the first one? LOL? What does that mean? You didn't open it again? You didn't think it was going to be real the second time? Ed was coming to your house. JR, 33312, I wanted to win. The juice went straight to the recycling bin.
Recycling bin back in the 80s? What was a recycling bin in the 80s?
No recycling.
We didn't have recycling bins
went
growing
in the
up.
Trash.
Yeah.
It
just went like goodbye.
Bye.
We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Not even close. But I mean, hey, it's not. I mean, everybody wants in.
Everybody wants in.
Everyone wants to be a part of it. The Publishers Clearinghouse. No Ed McMahon, unfortunately. R.I.P. to Ed. Not
I'll take that job. I'll be in. I'll wear a suit. I'll go to people's houses. Hey, congratulations.
With the balloons?
10 free spins at our sweepstakes app. How about that?
Oh my gosh.
It just hit me. This is it. This is my retirement job. I'm going to go around the country knocking on people's door.
It's a good point, Otto. Recycling the 80s was burning it. That's really true.
This is true.
That's really true.
Ed ain't coming to Canada. I'll come to Canada less. I'll go get I gotta go get my thing updated anyway. I was planning a trip down south. I might go up north too.
Passports, yeah. Go ahead and that. All right. If you guys are watching live, I'll be in New Hampshire tomorrow. Dave will be in Vegas tomorrow, but we are back tomorrow for a Thursday's edition of BvB. If you're watching live, don't move. You get bonus time.
Open. Is that going to happen?
What is
this sweepstakes thing? Are they going to get involved with it, or is this just talk?
I mean, we know the guy who wants to do it. You tell me. Our boy Steven wants to do it. He's in the story. It's his company. So, I mean, it's in the story. So Steven Crystal wants to do it. So I'm guessing, yes, it's going to happen because Steven Crystal wants it to happen. So SBCC wants to take the Publishers Clearinghouse and makes it into a sweepstakes casino.
I saw it when you sent it to me, and I read it again, and I was like, this can't be. This really, but I guess it could be.
Could be.
I don't know. Well, he ain't going to share. He's going to be Ed McMahon himself.
True. That's true. He'll take that role. That's a good point.
Damn. Early numbers are in. 57% yes so far for opening up the Publishers Clearinghouse bail. 43% no. You guys are full of shit.
Fair.
Full of shit.
I agree. You guys opened it. You didn't want to open it, but you opened it.
You opened it.
You didn't think so, but you knew you had to do it. Only one for us because I did a lot of baseball. We talked about the Rangers. Rockies under 59.5 wins. How do you feel about the Cardinals? We didn't talk about them at all. Cardinals over 76.5 wins.
Oh no, I like under. I think they have the worst season they've had in a while.
Well, they haven't had a number. They haven't gone under this number they've gone once in 20 years.
I know.
They've gone under 76.5.
I know.
I just trust them. I just trust them like I trust the Red Sox. You give me a number in the 70s, 75, 76, 77 for the Red Sox. I'm betting over. The Cardinals, the same thing. I'm betting over just because I trust them to make the moves. Even if they do trade Arenado, I think they'll make the right decisions. And I don't like the division. I don't like the division.
The reason to bet it over is because of the division, but it's I think the Cardinals are going to have a tough time. I really do.
I think they'll be 80 and 82. They're going to be under 500. But over 76.5. They're not going to be a playoff.
I think the Pirates will win more games than the Cardinals.
Whoa. There's a bet to watch. Disagree with that. Let's see if that. I like Sonny Gray. And I know you have schemes.
Season wins are the same. Right? They're both 75.5 or 76.
Wow. I bet
Cardinals and the Pirates.
Good bet to watch. What would the odds be if you put them head to head? Who's favored?
I think personally, I'd make the Pirates minus 115 or minus 120 just to take the bet on the Cardinals.
Okay.
But I think it's a dead pick'em. Season win number is exactly the same, right? I think it's the same.
Better offense, guys. Better offense for the Cardinals, better defense and pitching for the Pirates. So
the Pirates pitching staff would lean it for me, but the game's about pitching more than ever with the bullpens and the starters. Yeah,
still an offensive game.
No, I don't think. The guys don't hit home runs like they used to, steals and stuff. You can't shift. I don't know. It's bullpens. Every guy throws 100. Cardinals are going to suck. I love it. Suck, Roger Long.
Oh, discussed
that earlier.
He's a Cub fan, I'm assuming.
He is a Cubs fan.
Given where he is. Wow. I understand why Cub fans would be enjoying it, but it's like me with Yankee fans. All right. I'm trying a cross-sport parlay today. We've hit 4 or 5 days, 2-leg money line or 2-leg parlays. Hit it last night. That should be Loyola. Forget the spelling.
Okay.
Loyola Chicago in the NIT at home.
The NIT?
They're 16-1 at home this year, straight up. 16
money line. So
yep.
you're money line in this?
Yep.
Okay. Against
Devils.
Kent State?
Yep.
Okay.
And Devils money line.
bottom teams are home in the NIT. So Loyola's at home. Okay, that's fine. New Jersey on the road at Chicago. Boy, oh boy.
Chicago's been eliminated. Devils need it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this is a bet. I think it wins.
He's won 4 out of 5 days. Our guy Alfonso, breaking news. The Sports Illustrated brand is launching a prediction-based market called SI Predict, allowing users to bet on athletic event-related topics except game outcomes. Sports Illustrated to roll out athletics-linked wagering market. Bloomberg.com. Holy shit.
Sportsbooks aren't going to even exist.
That's why this is going to be stopped dead in its tracks.
Sportsbooks aren't going to exist. They got all this money and all this taxes and went all these processes and did all this stuff, and boom, we're going to just do. We're legal in every state. Federal prediction markets. I can't believe it.
Not going to be allowed. Can't see it. This is a gray area that's going to get slammed shut very fast.
We're doing it right. I mean, I'm wearing a gray today. I mean, I lived in the gray area for a while, and man, oh man, this is incredible. Sports Illustrated, they tried putting their name on a book.
Right? 888. They tried to just white label 888.
Shit.
Yeah, it didn't work. Nope.
Wow.
Holy mother
I
of
love
God.
Sports Illustrated back in the day.
More
I got
on
a
that.
bet it or book it for you, Dallas and Edmonton.
Can't do it. Don't know what to do with it. I lean Dallas, but I stared at it last night. I don't know. I lean Dallas, but I couldn't pull the trigger.
6 over under. I got under. Bet it or book it.
Who's in net? It's at Dallas, right?
No, it's at Edmonton.
Oh no, over.
Okay. I got under.
Dallas, I'll give it to you. But being in Edmonton, I'll go over. I'll go, or at least may fall 6, may 4-2.
Right.
Might land 4-2 on that. We're back tomorrow, guys. Be watching for times and everything
even do
else.
favorite thing about today.
Oh, sorry. Forgot about favorite thing of today. My fault.
Crap.
Sorry.
It's a lot of people's favorite part of the show.
I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Favorite thing about today is what? I'm sorry.
You're going on a trip, so I know your mind is
why
all
don't
over
teach?
the place. Oh, you're going to go teach too and then go to the trip.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we got to get you out of here because
Yep.
You got to go teach. Then you're going on a plane. So my favorite thing about today is baseball season starts tomorrow. We'll leave it at that. We'll just go with that right now. That's my favorite thing about today.
For me, thank you. I know a lot of you guys who are in the brigade are also watchers of the Juiced and have donated for Madeline. She currently is 7th in her school for her fundraiser.
God. You froze. Hold on. Stop talking. You froze.
Am I back?
Are you competing against that rich kid last year?
We're dead. Harper already has the lead. Harper already has $3,000 raised. She's already gone. Like, see you later. She's already winning. So we can't compete with Harper. Harper's dead. So it's just about getting Maddie in the top 10. So she's currently 7th in the school at the moment with $1,300. So we did $1,300 in 12 hours. We'll see what we wind up. Thing ends on Friday. So a lot of you guys in the brigade, thank you for doing that. Whitrock, you're not beating Harlow. She's at a different level. Like, Daddy's got something cooking. I don't know where, but she raised $20,000 last year. So you can't even see you later.
I'd rather you guys send the money for the brigade BvB meetup in Detroit and do a Michigan road show. And we don't even need a sponsor. We'll just show up, get us some money, and we'll get plane tickets, and we'll bring the cameras. We'll do the meetup. We'll do all that
12-leg parlay tonight. Hit it, JC. We appreciate it. We're back tomorrow. I'll be in New Hampshire. Dave will be in Vegas. We'll have a lot more to come tomorrow. NCAA Tournament Sweet 16. 4 games to break down tomorrow. Looking forward to opening day as well. I'm in New England for opening day for the Red Sox and the Rangers. Let's go. Talk to you tomorrow for BvB.